All right, hello, welcome to this lesson about counting systems. And we're specifically going to be dealing with the decimal counting system, which is the one we know very well, okay? But I'm going to get into first explaining just what it is. You probably have never really thought about it, or, I hadn't. So I use real coins because seeing real things, trying to count real things really helps, okay? So if you've ever counted many coins before, this isn't that many, but I didn't want the video to be too long. But if you've ever counted many coins before, the way you might do it is you might stack them into groups of 10. So if you do lose counts, you can easily count how many groups of 10 there are. So you'll do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And let's just put them over there. All right, and then we'll do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now we've got two groups of 10. All right. So it's so easy now. Before you couldn't really see. If you just looked at the pile of coins on the table, you can see how many there were. But now, because these are in groups of 10, it's very easy to see that there's 22 coins. It's easy to work with. Okay, so the decimal system is pretty much just like that. So what if you were stacking many, many more coins? So let's say we've got a bunch of coins over here, and we're going to stack them. Eventually you would have so many groups of 10 that you wouldn't be able to keep track of how many groups of 10 there are. Just like if I show you this, you can't just, now that you know there's 22, fine, but just looking at it, you can't see these 22. And if there's 22 groups of 10s, you're not going to just be able to see it. So what do you do in that situation? On that situation, you just move it over. So let's say you have your individual, you could have a group of 10s, like you'd have your individual coins here that you count. So okay, so let's figure out how many coins we had once we've finished sorting it out. We've got this many in the individual columns, then you've stacked them in 10. Over here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say 5 stacks of 10s. So this is the 1s, this is the 10s. And if you had a lot of coins, you could even go over to this where you'd stack, let's stack it, how should we stack? 10-pin bowling style, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, kind of like something like that. All right, so that is 10 groups of 10, okay? So if we had that many coins, it's very easy for you to see that there's one group of 100, 5 groups of 10, and 4 units. So there's 154 coins, right? Very easy to see it, and that's a method you could use. So the system that we use is exactly like that. So I've got this little printout over here that describes how it works. All right, so this is exactly how we count. It's called the decimal system. Deci just means a tenth, and we also call it base 10. So because we stack things into groups of 10, and this is how it works. Okay, so we'll stack the coins into a box basically. And this is the units box. And we carry on stacking this pile of coins into this box. And we'll get up to here where the box is full now. And you'll see is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 coins. You always have to put, in this system, we put a 10th. We need an overflow. So when you put the 10th one in, it overflows. And that means if it overflows, you have to move it over to the next column. Okay, so this column is where we keep the groups of tens, and this column is where we stack the units, put the units. So we'll do that again. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and of course the 10th one is the overflow. And alright, so then we go like that. Okay, and then we put that one over there, and we put that one over there, and now we could just write it here. We got 2 in the tens column and 2 in the units column, so we have 22 coins. Right, okay. So that's the decimal system. And we're going to move on later on to talk about, could there be different systems? In other words, what if we didn't stack these coins into groups of 10? In fact, I think the reason we stack them to groups of 10 is because we have 10 fingers, probably. We started counting with our fingers, and then as we advanced and counted bigger and bigger numbers, we stacked into groups of 10 because we'd always done that because of our fingers. But what if we were octopus? Would we have used groups of 8? Well, let's talk about that next time. All right. Thank you very much. Have a good day.